All right, we should be back. Hopefully. Okay, I see it. Yeah, that was funny. I can't find it. Dude, like the game, my PS5 literally broke. I forgot what was the last game that did this. There was one at a time this happened where like it wasn't my internet or anything. It was literally just my PS5 literally just died. But yeah, whatever. Should be back. We'll see where the save left off. I'll be so annoyed if I have to do the entire delivery again, which I have a feeling is what's gonna happen here.
Beginning scan.
Oh, no, we actually... Okay, thank God. Okay, I don't have to actually do the entire thing again. Thank God. Dude, watch it crash again. Like, watch it literally crash in the same cutscene. How'd Ben Shapiro do if he was on Traitors? Probably not well, right? I wouldn't expect him to do well. I don't know who's, like, wanting to work with Ben Shapiro, but...
You're here. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, this is where it froze, right?
Any longer, I don't know what I'd have done.
See, it's better this time. Patrice hacked my PS5, imagine. It was like, how dare you say I'm only better than Matt Chisholm? Is merely one in the boot ranking? I believe so. I don't remember.
So,
Let's see.
We'll join the UCA, whatever it takes. Go ahead.
Where is it? Yes. I have Marilu 1, Florence 2, Andre 3. Also really funny that, like, so I've been doing, like, the ranking after our episode. Florence's average placement is a 1.15, which I find very funny. Next highest is Marilu at a 3.62. And Miriam at a 3.96. But again, clearly Florence was winning. I don't know what... Again, I don't know what to tell you. Better social player, Ben Dreber or Michelle Fitzgerald? I'm Michelle. Sarah's worse than Andre? That's why I have. I think I have Eric at like 8 or something. Yeah. Eric, I find Eric's game a bit weird. I don't like properly know how to assess it because it's one where like he's like he technically like is in the majority at points, but he's never like particularly well positioned, and he is like essentially on death's door, like seemingly for like a lot of the early game.
This device, I can examine her as if I were actually there.
How's Michelle better than Ben socially? I think with Ben, I think Michelle is like very affable to like almost everybody, but I feel like Ben is someone that like some people like him, but then there's also people that like absolutely hate him. And I feel like with that distinction, I would say like Michelle being somebody that is like most like, yeah, no one has a bad word to say about Michelle, like on any of her seasons. Like there's no one that actively dislikes her. And again, does she utilize that to the best of her ability? No. But I think in comparison to Ben, where like again by the time of Final 7, like again, like you had like Chrissy and whatever like actively like disliking Ben. Yeah, in Winners at War, like half the cast hates Ben. I think with Ben, it's like it's a lot more high variance. Like I think he has the ability to cultivate like stronger relationships that keep him safe, but I think he's only able to do that with like 3 or 4 people, where like everyone else doesn't like him.
It'll take you to a region not yet covered by the chiral network.
Sebastian above Eric.
Look into it as soon as you can.
I believe so, right? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Eric was a big go, and despite that, no one still wanted to take him. Let's see. Yeah, Sebastian, Catherine. I even have Leanne above Eric. Yeah, so my current rank is what? Marilu 1, Florence 2, Andre 3, Sarah 4, Sebastian 5, Catherine 6, Leanne 7, Eric 8, Elodie 9, Luke 10, Kevin 11, Mylene 12. I barely remember Mylene being a person. Hugens 13, Frederic 14, Jeremy 15, Felix 16. Anyway, I still debate Jeremy. It's like I think there's a world where he's like 2 spots higher than that, but it's like whatever. It's not like I'm making this the fucking video anyway. There's also win against Jason Shambo. I think votes go all over the place. I think he's more likely to get, like, I think that's his best chance to win for sure. Oh, I actually have to do this, don't I? But I wouldn't even say there it's like a guaranteed win, though. What do gloves do again?
You're gonna love power gloves. They provide a
Frederic Baron Hugens.
grip strength.
I can see it, especially because like Hugens was like immune that first round.
You'll be able to make your way to the top a lot faster. You'll also notice a difference when lifting heavy cargo.
Yeah, too bad. I could definitely see it. Especially because like Frederic was taken out because of her connection to Hugens. It feels like Hugens was mostly just kept around because of challenge strength initially.
To stop yourself that much more quickly. Just promise me you won't try.
I wouldn't necessarily say Redemption is a good season, but I do like it more than most people. I think it has more strong suits than people give it credit for. Like, I think it's I personally think it's a good reality TV season. I would not say it's necessarily a good Survivor season. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. And again, I'm not properly thinking through all this. I'm literally just like top of my head putting this to where like if I were to actually do a video on it, that's probably the conclusion I would come to. But for this, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'll just put fucking numbers next to them. Okay, so where's this one? Here. Will I watch the bucket list scenes after? I don't know. Maybe. I'm probably like, yeah, I'll probably watch them on YouTube or whatever. I'm kind of over Infinite Wealth at this point. I just want to be done with this game, which I'm hopefully will be done in these next. Like, if I'm able to actually play a decent chunk these next couple days, I think I will be done by next stream. Because like, really, all I have left now is I need to grind a bit of Kiru. And then I just need to finish the game from that point, which I assume is probably like a couple more hours after that. So like I think I can finish it by next stream if I'm able to play like 3 hours or so. Which we'll see if I'm able to do that. I have Catherine above Sebastian. I could see it. I think I think the Catherine is like, where was she? And even then, she would have been swap screwed anyway. But like, was she the next to go if she didn't get medevaced? I guess like Luke was probably the next to go, right? If she didn't get medevaced. But like, still, because then they go to another tribal after that. It's like, would they just vote her out over William? It's like, I don't know. It's like, I think considering Sebastian just makes it farther anyway. It's like I would lean still Sebastian. Sebastian does more wrong in the game. Was in worse position. Was he in a worse position for most of the game? I guess, yeah. I guess like at point, like when they were on the same tribe together, I think he was in a worse position. Tough over between one. Well, we're talking about Redemption Island, like I don't know. Be between one. I just think it's like the ickiness is probably what like is the hard thing to get past for Be Between One for me. Where I feel like with Redemption Island, it's like outside of Rice Wars, which even that's like not even that major of a thing. It's like there's not really ickiness on Redemption Island. where again, like BB21, it's like I feel like the entire like first half of the season is just like not fun. Most nostalgic times of my channel. What's the most nostalgic time? I don't know if I have a most nostalgic time, but like I do like remember like different like I feel like there's been like different like eras of the channel. I do wonder how things would have gone if I didn't get an audience from reality TV. Because, like, obviously when I first started, I was definitely, like, it was essentially 50-50, like, video games and reality TV. And now it's obviously more like 90-10. So I think it would have been interesting to see, like, what the channel structure would have been if I never got a following. Cool. That's great. I forgot, I still have BB, do I? True boss is harder? I assume so. I know it's 2 levels higher. But I assumed outside that, yeah, it's like, obviously it's the final boss, so it's like, I would assume it's harder, which, like, I mean, the Bryce one wasn't bad. Like, I assumed it would be worse. Especially considering, like, I'm playing, like, there is no difficulty settings, or at least there's no, like, easy mode or whatever. So, like, considering I'm playing on normal, it's like, I expected that to be a harder fight, especially considering I was, like, 1 level lower than him, right? But yeah, with Kiryu, I'm hoping to at least get to level 47 before starting the final fight. Because I'm level 45 right now. So I'm going to grind. I'm going to do at least 1 run through of the underground. And then, like, assess from there. But I feel like I need to at least be level 47. And then, yeah, just see how it goes. Either way, like, no matter what, I'm finishing the game, even if I get to a spot where, like, I have to grind a lot for this to finish the game, I am dedicated to finishing the game at this point. Okay, get the fuck up! Why is he not getting up? Cool. There we go. Great. Yeah, Luke was probably going. Should make a most controversials video. I mean, like, I think my always issue with, like, overrated, underrated is just that, like, who's determining those, like, where they're rated, I guess. Where I feel like it's, like, a very flimsy description of things, but it's like, I don't know, I could theoretically do it. Yeah, Sebastian's more targeted. But I feel like Sebastian also, like, handily wins if he gets to the end. So I feel like it's, like, him being targeted because he's, like, a threat or whatever, more than, like, because he's, like, actively playing poorly, though. By the way, also, why am I carrying it like this? Oh my god, dude. Dude, the fucking mobile app. I literally tried to, like, look at the chat on the mobile app, and instead just, like, sends me all the way to the top. It's just really shit. Play Pirate Yakuza. I don't know when I'm playing Pirate Yakuza. I don't know when that's happening. BB20, love Brett, and I was dying when I saw him pop up in my top 10 recently. What, top 10 characters, right? Oh, cool. I expect relative ickiness from most general reality shows, so I'm okay with the context of the general show. Yeah, but I think the problem for me is that it's, like, essentially the main storyline for the first half of the season is the ickiness. Where, like, I think it's, like, it'd be, like, more tolerable if it was just a thing that happened, like, here and there. But I think the fact that, like, BB21's, like, entire, like, first half of the season is, like, baked around this, like, very unlikable group of people running the show is just, like, yeah, it's not fun to me. And again, the back half is fun. Or, I don't know, fun is the right term, but, like, is interesting. Like, there's, like, a lot of interesting gameplay happening in the back half, but still by, like, a good chunk of, like, pretty unlikable people. More hype for 50 or Trace 4? Definitely 50. That's not even a question for me. I think people are like, I don't think the Traitors cast is that good. Where like a lot of people are like, oh my god, Traitors 4 is so much better than 50. It's like 50 for me is like way better. Like it's not even a question to me of like which one's better of the two casts. Like I actually think this is a fucking weird Traitors cast. Like I actually think there's a lot more baffling decisions for me with Traitors than there's with 50. Like literally Michael Rapport there is like as if like Survivor put on like Jeff Varner right now or something. Like I really don't understand the decision to put Michael Rapport. I'm not even hanging the right way. Yeah, it's this way. So compare Marilu to Genevieve. I can see it for sure.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like taking the shot too early at the #1 ally, and then or like a big ally of theirs, and then they're like able to skate on by for a little bit, but eventually it catches up to him. Will be time be done with Yakuza by the time 50 ends? What a question.
Seriously?
Dude, get the fuck up. I think if I didn't have the channel, I'd ever stop watching. No, I would like never stop watching Survivor, or Big Brother, or any of those shows. I do wonder how, like, what other things I might be into still, though. Like, I can see a world where if I didn't have the channel, I'd be, like, fully back into movies and maybe, like, comics and that sort of thing. Okay, what the fuck? And I probably would be playing more games. Again, if I didn't have the channel, I'd probably be done Expedition 33 by now. Kenzie's gonna make a Genevieve. Yeah, essentially. What does that mean about Mr. Beast? Kim is better wearing Chris Underwood. Again, what a controversial take. Yeah, Traitors Cast I just think is like fine. Like there's people I like and people I'm excited for, but there's also a lot of people that I'm just like, why are they here? And then also there's it just feels like a mess of like random people. It's like I don't know. It's like I just don't even like know who. Because like again, like as I said, the reality or the CBS people before, it's like I feel like a lot of the felt purposeful with the last few seasons of like these people are here because of who they're here with or whatever. Or I feel like here it's like okay, Rob sees here fucking Natalie Anderson and Jam Jam. It's like why? Which like to be fair, I don't know who you would pair up like who you would pair up Rob with anyway. But still, I think like with like Tiffany Mitchell, like. And I get that you couldn't have Taylor at this point, but like, I don't know, you could have gotten Xavier. You could have gotten like, I don't know, like DX or Claire or something. I think there were like really interesting dynamics to have there with Tiffany Mitchell that they just like didn't get. And like with Ian, obviously Ian and Nicole would have been incredible. Like it just feels like even like from that front, it's just like why Tiffany and Ian? Even though I think they're like fine picks on paper. I have reasons on top of my head. Can I think of Kim being a better winner than Chris Underwood? I think the more interesting question would be the opposite. Is like, could I make a single argument of why Chris is a better winner than Kim Spradlin? Ashley and Cass are alternate. Oh, I didn't know Ashley was the other alternate. That's interesting. I never thought Ian would be on Traitors. I could see it eventually, but like I am surprised that he made the cut now. I don't know Avon Nicole. I believe her name was on that list of people, right? But I don't know if she declined or not. I did see that David declined from AU. Like David declined, Davon dropped out. Who else was there? Taylor declined because of Amazing Race. I forgot who else. I mean, I wouldn't expect Cassandra to win A vs. World anyway, but like, I don't think she can, like, never fundamentally win a jury vote. I do think on this specific season, though, it's going to be tougher to win a jury vote. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Actually, am I? Actually, let's go here and let's just see how it plays out. Yeah, I'm worried about that for Luke for sure. Also, I will say that when it comes to the A vs. the World spoilers, I did see Sawyer imply recently that the spoilers aren't even right at all. Like, the winner might not even be right. Which, obviously leaves a lot of things open, if that's the case. And two, or maybe they're just saying that for the sake of, like, making it still a surprise. But, like, yeah, if, like, even the winner spoilers were not necessarily right, it does open up a lot of... Okay, dude, fuck off. I meant to jump there. I mean, I would not hate the spoilers being right, but who knows at this point? Bruce spoiling season making money over giving spoilers? Not directly. I think a lot of them do it for attention. Like, I think GamerVev especially, I think does it for attention. Like, well, but Redmond makes money off spoilers. To clarify that. But, like, Survivors Unite, I think they're probably doing it for attention. Dude, okay. Yeah, I made a mistake. I don't know why I did this to myself. This was just a dumb decision. I did see GamerVev was, like, supporting Cameron Harden. Because they're still on this, like, massive tirade against Corey in America. Okay. No, I hit the wrong... I hit the wrong one! Dude, fuck this game. I hit the wrong direction. Okay, yep. Cool. Great. Yeah, wrong Cameron. Technically, Spoiler Girl was not wrong about the 50 cast. Which, yeah, I do tell that story in the Room Reel video. Technically, Spoiler Girl leaked this 50 cast before anyone else, technically. I didn't talk much about Genius UK. Yeah, again, the ending was what I was expecting by the time it happened. Like, coming in the episode, I was thinking Ken was going to win. Like, I don't know. I do think the Charlotte win would have been the better storyline. Not, again, I'm talking about the day of the cast reveal. They leaked the cast the day of. They had everybody right, except they also had Ty on. They had 23 people. Again, obviously not. They didn't have the 49 people, but they had everyone else, but adding Ty in. And again, the reason, so to tell the story, essentially what happened is that Survivors Unite obviously had most of the cast at that point. They were able to figure out all the cast. At the same time, though, like, other people were able to figure out some of the cast, and that other people told Spoiler Girl that cast. Spoiler Girl released it, and that's what made Survivors Unite decide to release it. So, like, Spoiler Girl didn't even find out the cast themselves. They were literally told the cast by like a specific person. Like it's not like they did the actual research to find the cast. They were just told it by someone else that did the research to find the cast. Which again is very spoiler golfer. Do I think Ty is Traitors material? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think it's a pretty decent pick. At this point, Ty's probably never playing Survivor again, so why not get him on the Traitors? Alright, let's try this again. I jumped way too early there, but that's fine. There we go. Alright, work that time. There we go. If you want to know about real life stuff, Deborah and Sylvain are date. What? Okay. That's very random. I thought Deborah was like married with kids or something. How old is Sylvain? Sylvain wasn't that old, was he? Like, I mean, how old was Deborah? Like, I think I assumed Deborah was like 50, and I assumed like Sylvain was like 30. But I could just be completely wrong on that. Yeah, what was the other one? Audrey and Sebastian from season... Who the fuck was Sebastian from season 2? Oh, wait. What? Isn't that also the same thing? Like, isn't, like, Sebastian, like, 20 years older, 30 years older or something? How old is Sebastian? Because, like, Sebastian's the mayor guy, right? Wasn't he, like, the mayor of his town or something? There was... Oh, is she really? I thought she was older than that. I assume Spargo had the cast because she has sources in CBS morning. Yeah, I think she... I mean, too fair, that was before the morning show stuff happened. That was like, what, like 6 days before or something?
It looks like one of your
or 5 days before.
compromised.
But I believe she found out through similar sources of Survivors Unite. Like, I believe actually what happens is Survivors Unite found the cast. Yeah, so it's like Survivors Unite found the cast. There's another person that found out the cast that Survivors Unite found out, and then that person told Spoiler Girl.
No need to panic. So long as you don't drop it, the contents shouldn't sustain any damage.
So, like, I don't think they found out from, like, a CBS source. I think they just found out from, like, a random tip.
And if the cargo itself is okay, then your eval won't be affected.
Sebastian's 48. Okay, I definitely thought Sebastian was older than that. I thought Sebastian was, like, almost 60. Really? Sylvain is 41? I think I remembered him as, like, being, like, 31, maybe. I think Buster... Wait, what do I think Buster Rob's next show will be? That he's, like, a participant on? I don't know. What hasn't he done yet? That would be... that he would do. Like, realistically, it's probably, like, Traitors All-Stars. Because, like, Traitors All-Stars is rumored for Season 5. I don't know if it actually is Season 5, but, like, I feel like if they were to do an All-Star season, I feel like Buster Rob... That probably is Buster Rob's next show, is a Traitors All-Star season. Yeah, maybe Celebrity Big Brother... Celebrity Big Brother 4? I believe in that. I doubt that, right? Like, I don't think Buster Rob's saying yes to Big Brother. Oh, yeah, maybe Amazing Race 40. There's a shot of that. I think they definitely want him. I think that would definitely be a video I would do, is make a Traitors All-Stars cast. I believe I did write it down. I think it's on my list of videos to make. I do need to do a scheduling video soon. I don't know when exactly I'm going to do it, though. I think it might be when I'm done. I think when yeah, I think it might be when I finish playing all the games I need to play right now. But essentially, I'm gonna need to take like, actually, I don't need to, but what I probably will end up doing is like, take like a night, instead of play games, do like a shorter scheduling video. Because like, essentially the entire like, last like, 4 months of the year on the schedule right now is just like all fake. Like it's definitely like things that aren't happening. And also I think I'm in a spot where like there's a lot of videos I just want to put on the schedule also. For like early next year. So yeah, I do need to schedule a video somewhat soon. But I think I'll finish Infinite. Dude, what the fuck was that? But yeah, I'll finish Infinite Wealth. Then I think I'll play Neva, Grease, and MMPR, which are both like all three of them are like 4-hour games. They're all like relatively short. I think once I finish those, which hopefully will be, I don't know, mid next month or so, like early to mid next month, I think at that point I'll probably do a scheduling video. Just trying to remember I definitely could not do that. I don't even know if I could tell you every player from this season's name. Like top of mind.
Delivering cargo.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot that he was doing that 30-day challenge thing.
You don't have anything else for me, do you?
I think another BB season will have a Survivor player anytime soon. I could see Celebrity Big Brother having a Survivor player on it. Like, if we're talking about, like, normal season, I don't think it's that likely. But not impossible. But I think it's Celebrity Big Brother 4, like, if, like, Sandra showed up, I'd be like, okay, yeah, why not? Rough draft on Traitors All-Stars cast the other
I have
day.
a favor to ask. Do you think you can
Oh, a rough draft. Okay, I read that completely wrong. Yeah,
kind of a long story, but he used to conduct field
which,
research.
yeah, I'd like to put one together myself. I don't know who I would necessarily put on.
The Death Stranding was hidden here, somewhere
Would
in the
any
cave
newbies
in
from
Strahd.
season one make the
He passed away
cast?
before he could complete his work, leaving me to finish
Not
what he
sure.
started. And not long ago, I found something amazing.
Do I think
I was
isn't
sure it was
watch
what
the
my father had
Traitors
been looking
or...
for, even if I couldn't see how it related
Oh,
to
Ian,
Death
okay.
Stranding myself. What I needed was an expert opinion.
I assume he just got the call. I assume most of these people just got called. Like, I don't think a lot of these people are like reaching out to production or anything like that. I think a lot of these people are just people that they call, whether it be like through recommendations of like previous cast members or just people that they're like, hey, who's the most popular Big Brother players that we can call up.
They never saw me, but when I stopped running,
Remember Vicky? I remember her name. Now that you mention her. I remember Lodi. I mean, she's literally just, yeah, got eliminated not that long ago.
I remembered that the cargo tag was still on the case.
Who'd win Q, Venus, Liz final three? Probably Q.
You being with Bridget
Actually, I think
and all,
handily Q.
you might have a way to pinpoint its location. Please, I give.
Actually, who
everything you have
votes?
it back. I'm gonna put in the order. Please understand.
Actually, it might be closer than I think, actually. So, okay, like, if we're actually running through the votes, I think Soda
About anything else.
probably votes
There's a terminal
Q, but maybe a shot of Liz. Tevin votes Q. Hunter votes Q.
That's what I'd take if I were going myself.
Then, Tiffany votes...
Please access delivery.
Who's Tiffany vote for? Not Q. Liz or Venus? I'm not sure. But I don't think she votes Q. Then you have... Well, I guess who's next juror at that point? It would be Maria. Maria votes Q. Then Ben. Ben, I really don't know. I could see it being Liz. I could also see a world where he votes Q. Based on like the fact that they had like an arrangement of like we're gonna pretend that we hate each other, but like actually try to secretly work together and that sort of thing. I don't know for sure. Charlie, I really don't know. And then like also Kenzie, I don't really know. But I would lean Liz for both of them, but I'm not like 100% sure. You have two newbies on? Who are the two newbies? I mean, like Christian, I can see. Yeah, Rob C being on Traitors is cool. But I didn't even talk about that. I did make that reaction video. That's the thing. Martin Kratt, I don't know who that is. Ambiolic, I know. Will Neff, I know. Mel B, I know. Don't know who Bryson is. Tilly Ramsey, don't know who that is until someone mentioned it last stream. I don't know who Ryan is. Mari Takahashi, I know. Omer Zahir is on there for some reason. Shania Twain. There's no fucking way Shania Twain is doing Survivor, I feel like, but either way. I don't know who Brent Butt is. I don't know Rebecca Strong. Yeah, really, I don't know a lot of these people at this point. I mean, AJ, Nani, Miles, Tasha Fox. Why is Tasha Fox there? Horacio, Ika. Yeah, I mean, like, of the ones that are not reality TV, I think the other ones I know are Maya and Biala, like Will Neff and Mel B, I think, and Shania Twain. Yeah, dude, why is he panting so much? Like, is he really that exhausted? Mom asked me to watch 48 finally with her, and like I think this season's even worse. Really, I think the season's like the first half I think is fine, and then like it just like takes a it gets really shit towards the end. But like I don't know, I rewatched it or like most of it for the review. I still thought the beginning of the season's still decent. Is this the main mission? And well, I'll accept it anyway. Who's Lauren Lavoie? Who the fuck is this person? Okay, my keyboard is still complete shit. She's on Amazing Race Canada 7. I don't fucking remember her at all. Yeah, genuinely don't remember. She got third? What? Wait, which season was Amazing Race Canada 7? Who the fuck is this person? I generally have no memory of this person. Like, I was assuming, when I saw their name, I was like, oh, they're probably like, yeah, like 7th place or something. They fucking went third. Dude, I generally have no memory of them. I legitimately don't remember them at all. Like, I could have named their, like, top 4 minus them. I have no clue who they are. Like, I really have no memory of them at all. Yeah, I just genuinely don't remember a single thing about them. Will Neff for Traitors Season 5? Why not? Will Neff has never watched Traitors, has he? At least not that I know of.
Order assigned.
Who's Julie Black? Oh, actually, no, Julie Black I do remember, actually. Now you mention it, but yeah, Lauren, I just don't. Whoever I have on Trader, JT and Steve or JT and Russell, JT and Steven, I think. I would love to see Steven on Traitors. I think that'd be fun. Okay, so this is the actual mission. So where am I going with this? Not that one. Not that one either. Wait, where is it? I'm supposed to do that. It's not that. What the fuck is the thing I'm supposed to do? It's not that one. Okay, like, am I just being dumb? Like, what? Where the fuck is this? Here? Oh, here. Okay, it's not that far. If we pick any tar contestant for Traitors, it would be. I mean, I think Charlotte and Myrna would be the top picks for me. Mentioned JT at all? Like in terms of what, seeing him on other shows? I wouldn't be opposed to it. Again, like JT's always been like fun, chaotic energy, especially after his win. So it's like seeing him on Traitors, yeah, I think I'll be fine. Apparently, Candace Owens got called for Traitors. Did she actually get called? Like, I know she was talked about when like the Ben Shapiro and all that stuff was talked about, and like Casey Anthony. Because I think people were just assuming the worst when that stuff happened. And like, obviously, again, Michael Rappaport was really fucking bad, but like, I didn't know who the fuck he was. But like, I at least know who Ben Shapiro and like Candace Owens are. No, yeah, like what happens is that reality fan said that I know someone on the cast that's like a despicable person that everyone, like, people don't want to, are not going to watch the show for and everything. And like people like, again, the people that were like speculating were like Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, and Casey Anthony. And it turns out to be Michael Rappaport, which is like, I didn't know who he was. And Charlie Kirk would also be in a similar vein. And you're not in the same streets I am if you don't think Candace Owens is despicable. The people in the cast even know Michael. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, would Rob even? Because like, I feel like if Rob knew who Michael Rappaport was, he would definitely be targeting Michael Rappaport. I don't know if he knows who he is though. I think it's the thing. But like, I think they like, I could see where Rob knows who he is. So I'm hoping Rob targets him right away and he's just gone. But like, generally, I'm just hoping he's the first boot. I think that'll just be the best outcome. Like, it would just be funny. Like, just him being gone first. But also, it's like, it just takes away that like level of negativity there. Again, whether you have like, from your point of view, good intentions or not, like, if you are still like anti an entire group of people, you are still not good then. In my eyes. You know, it's bad when people with similar beliefs as Michael Rappaport hate him. I just haven't seen anyone talk about Michael Rappaport until now. Like, I just like, legitimately, I just like I've seen his name pop up, but like, I didn't even like bother looking into like why his name was being brought up. But also, it's like, I just don't. Yeah, I just like never genuinely saw people talking about him. I'm kind of fucked again, aren't I? And whatever. Let's just go here. Go this way. But it's also like a thing of like, okay, she might do like one thing good. That doesn't mean that like everything she does is good.
Sam, did you find our missing cargo? Huh. Looks
Do
like
I think
someone
Paul will be smoking it down? I don't know. Like, I feel like everything else I've seen about Candace Owens is bad. You know who Harvey Weinstein is? What? Like, that's not even that long ago. I mean, I guess actually now it's like, what, 9 years? I think it was 2016, right? Well, I guess it actually was kind of a long time ago now. Combat is so fucking funny in this game, but I guess it's like purposeful. But still. I think next returning, not for a long time. I think at the earliest, 30. But even then, I don't think 30 will actually be a returning play season. Hey, we're talking about like full-blown all-stars, to clarify. I can see a world where there's like a couple returnees on a random season along the way, but yeah, I would not expect All-Stars 3 until like at minimum 30, and even then I don't actually think it'll be then. I think like realistically more like maybe 40. Let's see if I can get a bike here. Ah, fuck, whatever. I'll try it anyway.
Stand clear. Vehicle ready.
Hey, why are we into a fucking debate about Candace Owens? Do I think BB winners possible now? No. I don't think the issue is diversity may they ever BB winners. Like, the reason they can't get BB winners is because I just don't think they want to. Okay, that whatever, I guess that still worked out. Or like practically, I just don't think it's ever happened because I don't think production or CBS wants it to happen. Where like obviously, yeah, diversity they would have been a thing, but like also I don't think they ever were going to stick to it if they were to try to do BB winners. Like it's like a spot where like I think it's like kind of like 50 even at that time where like I think if they wanted like if they wanted a specific season they would have been yeah let's not do diversity mandate this one time. Well, I think they would have been willing to do that if like BB winners was such a like thing that they wanted to do, but I just don't think they ever want to do it. What is a semi-realistic prediction? Like I love just the cast was what's that? Michael, Christian, Suri. Like would they cast Michael now? I don't think they would cast Michael at this point, but Kate obviously, yeah, Rachel Riley, yeah. Sandra, Phaedra, Peter Weber, Bergie, Parvati. Would Bergie get cast? I think the interesting, actually, something and this is why I kind of want to put it together, is that obviously, like, if I were to make the cast on, like, who I would want to see back, it would be, like, almost all CBS people. But, like, obviously, it wouldn't be that. And, like, you would still probably follow the same structure of, okay, like, maybe, like, 4 survivors, 3 Big Brother players, and that sort of thing. I think, like, trying to, like, piece together a cast that way could be interesting. But, yeah, I think you definitely get Carolyn and Danielle. Probably Boston Rob. Does Janelle make the cut? Because, like, I feel like you get one of Janelle or Rachel, and I think you pick Rachel. I feel like to get both, and then also Danielle Reyes, it's like, I don't know, I think that's a lot of Big Brother people, but I guess it's, like, still possible, right? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's only 4. Well, no, because Tiffany's there also, so it's like. But either way, it's like still like fits, I guess. Like I think 4 is the most they would have. Um, yeah, I don't think Dan would say yes. I think is the thing, and also it's like I don't know if Dan makes the cut anyway for a Traitors All-Star season. Well, yeah, I just don't think they go with him. Wait, is Ivar here? What? Oh no, it's not. But anyway, yeah, I'm. There's no way Ivar's brought back, right? But yeah, I would like to piece together a cast myself. I think it'll be interesting. It's just like navigating around like all the different balances that you would typically have of a Traitors cast. I think would be interesting. New Year's would be on BB again. I would love to see it. It's not looking great at this point. And again, not from lack of interest from Rachel, but more so just because like I don't know when they're bring back returnees of the caliber of Rachel. Because like I doubt they would do like a captain season where Rachel was one of the captains. Like I think at this point it would have to be like a full blown returnee season, them trying to go for like bigger names. And it's like I don't really see that. Ivar's a lock, obviously. I mean, he is a winner, so that is something. Drive, please. What I hit? Oh, there's a fucking rock. Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. I just legitimately did not see that rock there.
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
To put chat in the emo only. I mean, if you want to talk about people, I'll let you do it. Why not? Yeah, I'm just ignoring the entire Candace Owens debate.
Delivering cargo.
I think you do a fans of his favorites.
Oh, wow.
Oh, would they though? I don't know. I just feel like Big Brother doesn't love returnee seasons. I think it's just the issue. I don't think they like the concept of like actually having to deal with the returnees. Yeah, I think it's like with Big Brother also. It's like I think most people watch it not for returnees and just want like see random people living in a house. And I think when it comes to returnees, it's like, am I really gonna be invested in this like big long show when like I'm gonna be missing out on like some of the story behind some of these people? I think that's always been like the problem with Big Brother, especially compared to Survivor, where it's like with Survivor, I feel it's a lot easier to like still get investment like without knowing these people's previous seasons. Where Big Brother, it's just like it's such a big commitment to begin with, and it's like, is it worth even committing if it's like something that like I'm gonna be missing out on things to begin with? So it's like I don't know. Like All-Star 6 will be a thing. We're talking about challenge.
It was my father's idea to move all the way out here.
Maybe I don't know. I don't think we're in a spot where like they're gonna 100% do it like every like cycle or whatever, and like clearly not this time. But like I think there's worlds where they bring it back for like a random season.
If you hadn't come along when you did, the camera would be gone, and all our hard work would have been lost.
I don't care. Okay, at this point, again, like, why are we now getting into the fucking debate over Israel and everything? Yeah, there we go. See, I just timed him out. Oh wait, I didn't even see like a circle literally changed the emo only. That's kind of funny. I love it, like I think I did it at the exact same time. Actually, wait, is it? Wait, why are some people? Yeah, why didn't it not work though? It says emo only. Yeah, like people are able to post not emo. Whatever, it's fine. Whatever. or like only work for like specific
Will help to
people.
make a difference. Thanks again. I hope we
Because I
can
see
meet again
Brandon
before too long.
and like I see Brandon Menace still posting, but then like some people aren't. Like, actually, that's really fucking funny.
Data stored on it was
Yeah, I don't know why it's not
automatically shared
working.
the photographer's shelter to the network, along with her father's research materials. Anyway, my lab still doesn't have a high-speed.
Yeah,
cloud
generally, I
connection,
don't even know
but
how
I
to
was able to check
use
one of the images against a database
the
at
mod
HQ.
tools.
Based on my preliminary calculations,
That's not what I meant to
and the
do.
photographic and documentary evidence in our archives,
Yeah. Oh, maybe it is
I estimate the
VIPs.
paintings to be in the region of 30,000
Oh,
years
actually, yeah. I
old,
guess that would make
if not
sense, right?
the artists were likely Neanderthals or other
Oh, there we go.
precursors
The circle's
who
stable
were
that anyway.
migrating
But yeah, I guess
across
that's
the
like,
continent.
yeah. So I guess, see, that's the benefit of you, of you winning a season draft. You can talk when it's emo only, which we'll definitely do very often.
So how could the artist possibly have
But yeah, I timed out Waluigi, so.
Answer, it is my belief that they had a brush not with dolphins, but with beach
Can't remember if I can
things.
chat in Maximilian
And
streams.
that's
Yeah, I
what
wonder if
Death
that's like just
Stranding
part of the
is not
settings that
first
you might have
comedy
to
of its kind. And it has
do. But yeah, that is weird though.
happened
That's like, yeah, it does. Like, I know that there's like emo only, like you could do it for like subs, I believe. But obviously that wasn't like a sub thing. It was, yeah, it seemed to be VIPs. So I don't know why, I don't know why it's that specific thing. Is Crazy Eyes the most iconic, like most iconic what moment? Potentially. Like, especially we're talking about like a specific moment. Probably.
Connect me to the network, the sooner we'll know. Just imagine the mysteries we'll be able to solve. I'll be waiting, Sam.
What are all those emails? Wait, is Radio Ranger still not able to chat?
Are nearly within optimal operating parameters. Just before I called,
If that's the case, then that's kind of insane.
it was looking all over as if
Cookout
searching
meeting.
for someone.
I think the cookout, like the cookout when they got to Final Six.
For a moment, I tell you,
I think that's
it was
also
almost enough to make
obviously
me
an
want to
iconic
get the kid
moment.
for myself. Anyway, I still need to run diagnostics and make adjustments as needed.
I have listened to the two podcasts so far. I don't get some of the votes, but whatever, I guess. Like Advantage again being at 17 is funny. Like I would not put it there, but like too fair, I at least get it. But I'm surprised it made it though. Oh, you can't check. Okay, I was gonna say like it would be funny if it was like literally just you. Which like obviously at that point like I would not know how to fix it anyway, but it would be humorous if that's a thing that happens. It's just like one person got like screwed over.
Sam,
Wait, what am I actually doing right now?
I see you received a mail from our Mountaineer friend.
Which one do I have to do? Wait, no, these are standard orders. These aren't what I want to do. Oh, there's not one there. Oh, to pick it up from the Mountaineer. I was like this part of the game is what is annoying about Death Stranding. It's like sections like this where you're just like monotonously going from like place to place with like not much narrative progression. How Caleb's trying to dark me top 25. I mean, I can see it being like, yeah, maybe top 25 is a bit. Yeah, I actually that's something too. I do want to make a top moments video now. Now that like I've been seeing this play out, I feel like I just want to see a list of my like for myself. Like I just want to make my own. So I might do that eventually. But yeah, I agree, Circle. Yeah, that's always been my like issue in general is that I don't feel like I have enough like rules that are like precedents in place for situations like this. Maybe I feel like most of the time people are normal, and I feel like when things go out of hand, they usually like fix themselves like relatively quickly. But yeah. Our mention is fine. Top 25 feels weird. Oh, feels wild. For Shine the Dark, yeah. Yeah, like, I think, like, it would definitely make my, like, top 50, maybe. But also, like, this is, like, a fan poll, though, so it's like, I kind of expect it to be there. I am worried about what the top of the list is going to be. Like, generally, I don't know what is going to be number one. Actually, it's probably going to be, like, the double idol play or something, isn't it? It's probably going to be something like that. 22-23, the worst 2-season stretch in Big Brother. Is it actually? Like, I think 23, it's like, it's just a tough season for me to rank. It's, like, very, like, BB16 coded in the sense that I don't think I disliked it at the time. I just think, like, in retrospect, like, obviously, again, like, with 23 in particular, like, obviously there is, like, the cookout in general, like, makes the season. But it's still a season that, like, I don't know, it's, like, it is, like, frustrating to just see no one, or, like, not no one, but, like, the people that are actually, like, leading the game not playing for themselves. To where, like, obviously it leads to a grander purpose or whatever. Wait, I just realized I had a fucking truck I didn't take for no reason. But whatever. But yeah, like, ultimately, it's like, ideally, I would like to see people, like, playing the game to win and that sort of thing. And I think it would have been better also if, like, yeah, obviously it would have been better if, like, Tiffany ended up winning out of it. Like, I think the thing that makes it frustrating is that someone like Xavier, who, like, had very little to do with the overall Alliance's success, ends up winning from it. Ends up essentially being handed, like, such a good position in the game because of it. I think that's what makes it more annoying. Or, like, if like, Tiffany... Well, really, mainly Tiffany. Like, because, like Hannah, her winning would be fine. Like, Kylan winning would also be, like, fine, even though he, like... I think it depends how, like, if he did what he did and still won, I think that would be maybe a little bit more frustrating, but still, it's like, a Kylan win on paper isn't, like, bad, but I think it's, like, yeah, like, I think considering how, like, Xavier seems to be someone that would have been so screwed if it was not for the cookout, and him to be able to pull up the win by the end, I think that's just, like, something that, just feels, a bit lacking. What would emo-only stream be? Like, if that was the entire stream? I think that'd be really weird, considering how I stream. Okay, dude, cool. Do I care enough to get those? Probably not, right? No, stop I literally am trying to get to the other side. Okay, what is happening? Like, just let me get to the shore? I hope Suhawk's speech is at the top. Like, I mean, like, I don't know if it's my number one for sure, but I hope a moment like that's number one. Or, like, it would be real, like, I think it'd be weird if, like Liz's Applebee's, thing is number one. Like, that'd be really funny, but also, like, kind of sad. Even though it's a great moment, but, like, it should not be number one. The Shine in the Dark will be 1/8 chance to succeed. I don't think so. Because I don't think that was the intention. Like, I don't think the intention was always, okay, it's one for every person in the game. I think always the intention was just 1 in 6. Because, like, the way Jeff talks about it is, like, oh, we, like, went through so many, like, combinations of, like, what makes for the best, like, odds, where, like, it's, still, like, dangerous to use, but also, like, worth using, or whatever. I don't know. It's, like, the way they describe it is, like, as if it's, like, intentionally 1 in 6 because of reasons that aren't, like, the tribes being 1 in 6. Fair play that would be good, too. That'd be a decent one. You have a 9 to 12 shift and a 7 to 10 p.m. Why? Like, what a weird schedule that is. I mean, Liz's Applebee's moment, I'm like 100% will make the top 25. But I don't think it should be number 1. And dude, imagine Suri winning Traitors again. That would be insane. Oh, did Waluigi show up again? Or is that from before? Like, I'm still like... Oh, wait, actually, wait, no, I'm dumb. I forgot that's what happened, is that the thing... Okay, there we go, I found it. Alright, finally back. But yeah, Waluigi is here. Dude, okay, dude, fucking Stream Manager sucks so bad on mobile. It's like, I don't get how they fucked it this bad. Or like every single time I try to scroll, it just scrolls back to the top, like as in like probably like 20 minutes ago. Like I just don't know why they designed it this way. I'm just going to hug Liz. Yeah. Oh, dude, fuck me. I actually feel like I want to rewatch 46 at some point before 50. And obviously Liz is like irrelevant to that technically, because like obviously like she's not gonna be on 50. But I think it would be like, I actually feel like 46 is a season that probably would be a lot better on the rewatch. Because obviously at the time I think there was like some negativity around it, considering the this is the right one, right? Yeah. Considering the Banu of it all. And like the pre-merge being very lacking. But I think like on the rewatch, when like you're just kind of like skimming through the Banu saga, I feel like it becomes a lot better of a season. Just watched like 10 minutes of the premiere for Romania. I mean, why? What was the thing I was gonna watch? Oh, I mean, this is kind of relevant. But yeah, I was thinking about rewatching NZ2 for A vs. the World. Which, I don't know. Maybe I'll do, maybe I won't. I need to watch MMPR Season 3 at some point, because definitely people care so much about me making a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Season 3 retrospective, but I'm still going to continue doing that. Quebec 2, probably not. Like, I watched it, like, not that long ago, and also it's just so ridiculously long that I'm probably just not going to bother. But, like, with NZ2, I haven't watched it in, like, what, like, 5 years? Like, 2019 was the last time I watched it. So, yeah, that's worth it a bit more. I wish Will Neff would watch it, but I doubt he'll ever do that at this point. Wait, what? Where am I? Okay, wait, no, okay, good. I thought I passed it somehow. I was like, what? How'd that happen? Skip the SPD? That would, again, that would ruin my integrity. I only do retrospectives on anniversaries, unless it's... I guess there's these about things I don't do that for, but still. I need to talk about every Power Ranger season eventually. Again, I won't die until I finish a retrospective of every Power Ranger season. So I guess I have 30 years left, I guess. I guess that's what that really means. Is Ashley the biggest dud in Survivor history? No. I mean, I think it's like almost impossible to be the biggest dud in Survivor history. From like a player that like at least is like playing well. I think you have to be really dull and playing poorly, and I don't know. Like, I think it would be like someone like not saying it's this person, but like someone like a Grant Matos, who's just like following Rob and like not doing much outside that. And is also boring TV. Like, there's links on the RHP Patreon, I know. That's how I would rewatch it. I'm not sure where to find it outside that right now. I can't imagine rewatching NZ1 right now. Like, I'll probably do a video on NZ1 eventually, and I'll rewatch it for that, but, like, outside of that, that just sounds miserable. We 50 talking about Samurai. Do you imagine? Do you imagine me being 50 years old doing a fucking video on Power Rangers Samurai? That sounds so depressing, but also I would not put it past me. Like, generally, actually, what's really funny is, if you don't remember, like, not even a couple years, I think like a year and a half ago, I was like very openly talking about how, like, yeah, I think I'm done after Survivor 50. At least done making videos the way I am. Like, I'll probably like really slow down, that sort of thing. Yeah, at this point, I really don't think that's happening at all. I really, yeah, I just don't really see myself slowing down anytime soon at this point. Whereas, again, would I probably be a more successful human being if I did not have the channel? Probably. But also, yeah, I don't know what I would be doing if I didn't have the channel at this point. Like, I think I would just be depressed and probably not do anything. So it's like, I don't know. I think I'll just continue it until I just naturally can't. Which we'll just see when that ends up being. Favorite voting confessional? The first one that came to mind is Coaches voting out Brendan, but I don't think that's actually the answer. Maybe Johnny Fairplay's "fuck you" when voting out Sean. That's probably up there. Never have Phoebe at the top. I never would have Phoebe at the top. I think Phoebe is one that, like, yeah, always felt like she's like the big player that doesn't go on the win. How far back am I into? I'm still like pretty far back, aren't I? Whatever. Val's complete dead Edgic wise. Yeah. Still pissed at Will Neff. I gave him an essay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why they told him to watch season 5. Like, I get why he stopped watching it. Like, I fully get that. And I think season 5 is a season that, like, if you're not already invested in SA and just think that's the way SA is, then yeah, I get why he quit. But I don't blame the chat. I blame people telling him to watch SA5. NZ1 is one of the worst seasons I've ever watched of Survivor ever. I feel like 50 felt further away. Yeah, that is also a thing. Now we're literally like a year away from it too. Like, because again, if you don't know, the original plan for the channel was 50 is going to happen. I make my ranking of every Survivor player, and then I essentially bow out. Not entirely, but I bow in terms of making consistent content. Like, I switched from that to doing like I'll still do like I don't know, what season would I even be on at that point? Would it be like Fiji retrospective or something? Whatever the upcoming retrospective would be. I think it'd be Cook Islands, right? Either way. Like, okay, I'll show up for like, I'll do a Cook Islands retrospective. I'll do like those sort of things, but like it wouldn't be like 2 videos a week and that sort of thing. But yeah, at this point, I think I'm probably just going to continue what I'm doing until I can't. I do plan on ranking every NC player eventually. That was the plan. I don't know when, but eventually. What's the point of being successful when you can watch and talk about Godzilla? That is true. And talk about Mother Vive. I can't wait for Mother Vive to be on Heroes and Villains 3. Because that will surely... Because, yeah, I'm just skipping Heroes and Villains 2, obviously. That will surely happen. That is thing, but it's also like... it's like, I think I'm on conflicting things right now where, like... Especially because, like, again, the channel is getting near the point where it is sustainable. So it's like, I'm like, debating right now if it's like... If I just go all in, not all in entirely, but like I think in the way that I have been recently, where like maybe like 1 video a month that is like a video game video or like something like that, but really most of everything else just being reality TV stuff. I think it has been better for the channel to do that. And I think it's like, I think I'm at the point now where I'm kind of like willing to let go certain videos. Where like, again, Enslaved Odyssey to the West retrospective is on the schedule and has been for like years now. I think I'm willing to let that go at this point. I don't think I need to do a Enslaved Odyssey to the West video. And it's like I think it's a spot where like I think when it comes to that, I think when it comes to video game videos, I'm really just gonna do the things I'm really passionate about. Like I think there's gonna be like really passionate about or are relatively easy to make. I think is also the thing. I think when it comes to something that like something like the Insane video or like something like Rise of the Tomb Raider retrospective or something like that, which is also like was on schedule at a point. It's like I don't know if I care like about like these like other like more random sort of video game retrospectives at this point. I just think they take too much time to make while also just being something I don't care enough about.
She's a strange bird. It lives even higher up in the clouds than we do. And the research she's doing.
So maybe like hell in this game. I mean that is also pretty good.
And we're talking straight up occult stuff. She wouldn't be very happy.
Why I say Philippines? That is certainly a question.
She claims she's delving into the mysteries of the cosmos.
Yeah, we did do Traitors draft.
I found this rock out in the mountains with
I feel like a decent amount of people missed it, which is like to the point where like I don't know. Should we do a second Traitors draft? Could do that.
She thinks it signifies.
Some reviews are controversial for casual audience. I mean,
If you could bring it to her for me. And joining the UCA.
I think that's part of the appeal, I guess. The appeal's right there. I think it's more like I don't know. I think that's what like made the winner ranking and stuff like that do as well as it did. Duray did every NC player, but they're not me though.
I'd like to help her out.
I think it'd be funny if someone ranks every Survivor player before I do. Which like it's fine if they do. Like I really like if someone ranked every Big Brother player before I did. Like it wouldn't stop me from doing it, but it still would be funny. And like technically, Survivor Oz ranked every Survivor player already at the time they were around. Oz, that's not around anymore. Okay, this is really fucking heavy. No, I can't fit. Alright, I'll just do that. I think anyone expected for 50 preseason to be as chaotic and time consuming either. Yeah. Yeah, like I wasted so much time on 50. Like I'm really still trying to make up time. That's why these retrospectives are so far behind right now. Is because I end up like really the months of like April and May. I should do more May. I think it's really like I think I lost so much time in over the course of May, just because I was so revolved around 50, especially in the like actually realistically, I think I really lost time. Like I think up to the Survivor review being done, I think I was fine. I think it was the point where the Survivor review after Survivor review got done, I got like almost nothing done between then and when Survivor finished. Like I had like what, like a week and a half, I think, from when I got caught up in the review, or maybe it was even 2 weeks from when I got caught up in the review until Survivor ended. And in that time, I got like almost nothing done. I think I got like a couple videos edited that were lined up to be edited, and then I started watching Genius Grand Final, and I didn't even finish it. So like that really completely fucked over my schedule. Which is why I'm at the point now where like I'm just now starting the BB7 retrospective when it needs to be out in like a month.
It's just like the one at South Knot City. A vortex.
And that's why like the Total Drama World Tour videos coming out late, and the Genius Grand Final video also probably come out late.
But I can't see it, not with the naked eye. But the data doesn't lie.
But yeah, hopefully I'm able to catch up some time.
I told you. But that was
Trying to think. So Big Brother's still what, like 3 weeks away?
Spikes, but we didn't plan for another supercell.
Another supercell.
I told you it was the same as before.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not looking great, but like we'll see. I mean, like worst comes to worst, I could just bump up some of the
It's been a while.
some of those like recasting videos, move them up, which probably will end up happening.
Same. One body, one mind, one being.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I talked about this, but I did create a new idea for some like videos that could just sit in the back burner for a while. Specifically around like initially started 50. So like someone mentioned like, oh, who's the best player on Survivor 50 right now? and like we talked through that. However, that kind of made me realize that I think I should do this video of like ranking every player on Survivor 50 based on where I currently rank them before 50, like as players. So I'm gonna do that video. That'll be before 50 airs. But it kind of made me realize, like, wait, I could just do that for every returnee season. Because, like, obviously I've done these, like, top 10 players, like, before or after these returnee seasons or whatever. But, like, I could just do that, like, with returnee seasons. Like, I could just, like, rank every Winners at War player on how I felt, like, how I felt about them as players before Winners at War. And same thing with, like, Game Changers. Rank every player from Game Changers based on how I felt about them before the season. Again, Cambodia. Even, like, do the, like, fans, or the favorites, I mean, fans for favorite seasons. Like, stuff like that. I think I will do those, and those will be easy videos to put in the back burner. So, yeah, and also that would be easier to, like, if I do those before I do the big ranking, which they definitely would be before that, it would obviously, like, help with those rankings as well. Actually, because that's also the thing with the Big Brother ranking, especially what I did with the Big Brother ranking. A lot of the basis of that list, especially for, like, the higher up placements, is essentially I just looked at all my previous lists and then, like, kind of combined them all into one to create, like, kind of a baseline for a lot of those players. Like, I essentially took all, like, the player rankings, took all the top 10s, and kind of, like, mishmashed all of them into one and just saw what, like, came out of that. So, like, this would obviously help with the Survivor of it all with that. That's where we ranked every bad girl. Well, there you go. Yeah, I forgot you did do that. Watch Peridium ranks. I can't imagine Peridium doing that. Dude, Peridium barely, like, how long is, like, Peridium's longest video? It's like 30 minutes or something, right? Like, how long would it take for Peridium to release a ranking of every Survivor player? Like, it'd probably take him the entire year to release that. Did I not say BB6? I didn't mean BB6. How'd Sandport Bridges do at endurance comps? I mean, right now, not looking great. I mean, this version of Sandport Bridges would do bad. I marked it already, right? Oh, it's literally behind me, that's why. Wait, where is it? I don't even see it.
Thank you.
What? Wait. I literally created a marker. Where'd it go? There. Wait, who are you talking about that? He's decently early boot. Season ranking is like an hour or so. Oh, is that? Okay, well. But even that, he released it in like 5 parts or something, didn't he? Like, what is his longest video that isn't like a part 1 or whatever? He's like, I feel like every video he's like made that's long, he released in like parts first, right? I guess, how do you look up? I guess you can't do it by longest or whatever, can you? I guess he has top 10. Oh, no, he has it in 2 parts even? What? So his top 10 multi-season story arcs video, I guess that's 34 minutes. And he has a part 2 that's 55 minutes. So those are long for him. Yeah, most of his videos hover around the like 15 to 20 range. It is kind of like, generally, I have not looked at Peridium's channel in so long. Like, I generally have not seen like what videos he's been making recently. Wait, his actual true contenders for the 48 crown, that was only 8 videos ago? Like, that feels like that should have been like forever ago. But, video could just be him reading names with no commentary. I mean, that is true. Yeah, imagine someone did that. Like that would be so funny if someone like literally just like rambled on names with like no other insight to it at all. Actually, I love how like all of his most viewed videos are still the like hacked videos. Yeah, it's what number one is 5 times Survivor Players hack challenges. Number 2, 5 times Survivor Players hack challenges 5. Then top 5 most bizarre hidden immunity idol locations. Which I love. Like the thumbnail is literally just Angelina, and then the podium from like the Adam in the podium. Then 5 times Survivor Players hack challenges 4. 50 times Survivor Players hack challenges, which is literally just a compilation of all of them. It's 5 times Survivor hack challenges 2. Then the compilation of the ultimate road to victory for every Survivor winner. Then top 20 most ridiculous moments in Survivor. That's actually a more genuine video. Yeah, I think pretty I don't know. It's just like kind of funny. Like literally like what what's that, like 9 of his top like 15 videos I think are all like hacked times Survivor Players hack challenges. Like right now I don't even really know where I moved Tom. He's definitely lower than what he was. I think like somewhere in the middle tier. I'm not sure where exactly. Because I think I could debate semi-dominance. I could debate also like lower. I think I would lean like bottom-ish of semi-dominant. So like that would be closer to like the, what is that, like 25 I think spot or so. Oh, he's definitely better than Rachel. Like Rachel is like actually in the spot because like with Tom it's like I think the Tom there's still a lot of question marks on things that I think makes it so that he doesn't entirely win out. Like he's essentially in a spot where he needs to win final immunity and like he's actively playing for that, which is the questionable part. And it's like a spot where like a lot of people are like talking about taking the shot at Tom. But we don't fully know if they actually would have done it in most spots. I think Final Four is the only spot where like it seems like they might have. And even then, it's like still a little bit rocky there. What's the difference between semi-dominant and flawed dominant? I think it's more so the... Like, I think with semi-dominant, a lot of them are people that, like, didn't control the entire game and lost control at certain points. Where, like, flawed dominance is, like, they still... they were still in a good position for most of the game. It's just they had, like, some, like, points where I don't agree with what they did. Or they had, like... Like, I think it's, like, with, like, someone like Brian Heidick. And actually, I don't even remember Brian Heidick's actually in that tier. He might be in the tier above. But like someone like Tina, I guess, is like, I think her like win equity is like very questionable. I think the fact that she like kind of like her winning against Colby is like not really due to things that she like. I think like she like what's the best way to describe it? It's like so I don't think she's like active enough in securing her win against Colby. In that spot where like Kyle I think is more semi-dominant, especially with the idol play and playing a factor there, but also it's like even outside that it's like I think with Kyle it's like he's just simply not really in the driver's seat for a lot of the game. Like he's in the majority alliance, but he's not really the one like running the show, like leading the votes. He's more so just following with what the votes were already going to be. And he is usually the swing position. He's usually the one like the ultimate decider of like if this vote goes through or not. But like he very rarely is the one that's like actively pushing for a vote to happen. So yeah, I think with him I would lean towards semi-dominant. Probably towards the top of it, but yeah, I would because like I think he's really one that's like kind of on the fringe. Like he's one that I think you could I think you could argue him being a dominant winner. But like, I would just lean towards him being slightly below that. Sarah is one that I would like. I think with Sarah, I think the advantage get in is something that like I think it's like similar to Kyle. I think like her and Kyle are like in a similar ballpark. I think Sarah's more out in front than Kyle. But I also feel like Sarah has points where she's just like not like there at all, really. Like I think like through the early portions of the game, like I don't think she really does that much. Which like to be fair, she's not in a spot to do that much. She's not going to tribal almost ever. But she doesn't really like pop until like what, final 11. And then even then it's like I still think it's a spot where again you have like the advantage getting of it all. I still think there's like some like more questionable decisions being made. But yeah, I would say like if I were to guess right now, I think she would be above what Kyle is. Because I think they are in a similar caliber, but I would lean towards her being above Kyle. Yeah, Adam is way too high. 100%. Adam is way too high on my original. I still don't get how you do this. Like, does this just not work? Whatever. Yeah, Adam was... Yeah, I think it's like... I think it's because I do respect a lot of aspects of Adam's game, but I do think I kind of... Okay, what the fuck? I did not take into account how bad his, like, early game is. When I picked up finish this game... Could not tell you. Like, this is stream number 9. I think we're on pace to finish this on stream, like, number 14. So, a while. I'm so shit. I think Adam's endgame is pretty decent. I mean, like, yeah, he has the weird stuff at the final 6 round. But really outside that, I think is... Oh, dude, I'm going the wrong fucking way. I think how he uses Ryan in the game is pretty good. I do, yeah, I 100% question how intentional it is, but it doesn't stop the fact that I do think he plays it well. Yeah, we're talking about Adam BB9. I think the same thing can be said about Adam Klein. Dude, this is so loud for me, what the fuck? Yeah, just for a second, I think I'll lower audio. I don't know if it's actually loud on stream, but for me, it got way louder, so... Let's just do that. Yeah, I think that's the biggest downside of Adam's game for me, is, like, I do think he, like, does get saved, do things completely out of his control at the very beginning. And to be fair, that was a twist that, like, probably, I don't know, it's like, it would have been him kind of getting screwed over by, like, that twist even existing. But still, it's like, yeah, I do think he plays really poorly at the beginning of the game. By the way, I did not realize it was 3:30 in the morning. That's also a thing. So I might finish this delivery and then call it a night. Because if I remember, I think this is the penultimate delivery of the chapter, I think. So I don't want to necessarily finish the chapter because it's going to be a fucking long cutscene or whatever. Yeah, what is this tweet? This is the actual video. I bet the Love Island's always like really over the top though. But yeah. Yeah, are people gonna love it? Like, do people love Love Island 7 now? Because I feel like all I've seen of it, like, before today, is that it's, like, very mid. Was, like, this really gonna be, like, a moment that, like, stands the test of time, I guess? Who votes in a Brian Helen? I think all of Sukjai outside of Jake vote Helen. Well, I mean, like, I guess it's just the real scenario. And then I think Ted votes Helen. Get the fuck out. Dude, he takes so long to fucking recover after falling now. I think it is probably a 4-3, though. I think Jan... Clay and Jake vote Brian. Yeah, it's the best 3-2-1 in Survivor history, or in reality TV show history. If Tyler won BB20, would Tyler be number one in the ranking? Win ranking? Probably not. Maybe, actually. Yeah, actually, maybe. Yeah. If he won, yeah, probably. Because I think at that point it would kind of excuse like the nitpicks. Cool. Or like in comparison to like, because I think it would be him and Andy, and like Andy, I think he's like way more out in front than Andy was. While also essentially having like the game on lock. Like the entire like end game stretch, or by the time the final 6, everyone's taking him to the end. Where if Andy, it's like Andy even had a spot in the final 3, where like if Spencer wins final HOH, he probably gets voted out. Which I've been listening to the Diary. It's funny how like I listen to the Diary Room podcast, and I also listen to the BB15 retrospective from Terran like back to back, and like. I'm pretty sure they're both wrong. Like, because like again, like on the Diary Room podcast, they were talking about Spencer, and like they were talking about like, oh, I think Spencer takes Andy to the end, and then you have like Taryn also on the Diary Room podcast being like thinking that Spencer takes Andy to the end. I'm pretty sure, like I literally looked this up recently because I was under that impression like a few years ago, and I actually looked up exit press from Spencer like the night after, and Spencer like does say that yeah, I was voting out Andy if I ever won, and like obviously he wasn't gonna win, like he was even part 3. But like he does say that, yeah, I was voting out Andy. Like I was definitely taking Gina Marie to the end, which obviously could be revisionist history. But like okay, he was definitely claiming like immediately after the season that yeah, I was never taking Andy to the end. But also again, it's not like Spencer was ever winning final HOH to begin with. How far am I still? I thought it was gonna be right here. Wrong button. Or should I get Casey winning against Tyler? Mission 5. No, I wasn't. Fuck. I always felt pretty bad about Tyler's shot against Casey. I didn't think it would be like I thought it'd be close. Like I thought Tyler still had a shot, but I did think Casey had a good shot to beat him. I was pissed off about it though. Yeah, I think I would have Spencer too. Then yeah, like Amanda would be up there. trying to think, is there a person who would be above Amanda? Oh, dude, fuck off. I think there would be a debate between McCrae and Amanda. But I think McCrae... I think the problem with McCrae is I only think McCrae wins even if he gets to the end, even against Amanda. I think even then they vote Amanda.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID.
Like, I think he had to get to the end against, like, probably, like, Gina Marie to win.
Cargo verified. Thank you.
Which, to be fair, it's not like he was that far away from doing, but... Yeah, Helen 4, maybe. I think she definitely was a very influential player. I think the problem is that she, like, Aaron flips against her. It's about where, like, she was, like, essentially the one in Aaron's ear for, like, most of the game. Yeah, she, like, loses the battle with Amanda over Aaron. And then also she loses Andy before Amanda loses Andy. Which, obviously, at the end of the day, obviously, she's still below Amanda. But it's like... I think those are pretty big issues where, like, I would even lean McCrae over Helen.
Did you know this mountain used to be a pyramid in ancient times? It's true.
I mean, but the thing is, like, and this is also the thing, I think I'm like, I actually don't necessarily, like, I disagree, like, I think it's the bad decision, but I don't think McCrae's logic is entirely wrong. Because I think the problem with McCrae, like, because again, if knowing that Andy flipped against Amanda, it's not the worst move to get rid of Alyssa. The wrong aspect of it is the fact that he did not realize that there was an entire, like, exterminator alliance against him. Like, that is the bad part. Him turning against Alyssa is not bad, because Alyssa was also against him. Like, because, like, people talk about it as if, oh, Alyssa was on his side. Alyssa was not on his side. Alyssa literally talks about thinking that McCrae flipped. Like, Alyssa was literally in Andy's back pocket more than in McCrae's back pocket. Like, him taking away Alyssa, who is someone that is going to win challenges, likely, and is someone that is against him. Again, like, that's not bad. The problem is just the fact that there is a 4-person alliance that he is unaware of. So, like, even in the world where he thinks Andy is against him, I do think keeping around Andy over Alyssa is still probably the better play. But again, the issue is just that you also have Gina Marie and Judd and Spencer who are working together, which he just did not recognize that. If Dan only played BB10, where would he rank? Probably 3 or 4, maybe. I don't know. Would he be? He'd probably be below Andy. So yeah, I think 4. Maybe even 5, to be honest. He would be above Will still for me. He'd definitely be below Cody, Derek, Andy, and then I think Nicole Franzel would probably be a debate. I would actually lean below if he only has the 1 season. I mean, the thing about Aaron is that Aaron has, like, natural skills for the game. The problem is that she's just a terrible human being. Like, if Aaron wasn't a racist and wasn't just a terrible person, I think she could. Like, she eventually was able to do well socially in the back portion of the season. She was winning a whole bunch of comps. And, like, yeah, she wasn't, like, great strategically, but, like, she was, like, yeah, like, not, like, astronomically bad, especially, like, in the back half, to where it's, like, I don't know, like, she's a, like, fine enough player if she wasn't a racist. But the thing is, like, I don't think she could win unless she was at the end against Gina Marie.
Once I have my results, I'll share them with you and your colleagues at Bridges. You've done a good thing, Sam. If you find
And, like, even against Gina Marie, obviously, even that's not necessarily given. Though, to be fair, I think Aaron would give a better argument than Gina Marie would. But I guess does that really matter? But yeah, I don't know. I would lean, and also I think the comp points of it all, they probably would vote Aaron over Gina Marie, but so. Yeah, we're taking out Judd's pretty bad. Like, I get it in the sense that she's, like, trying to build rapport with, like, Helen and Amanda and stuff. And, like, too fair, it does work to her benefit in that sense of, like at that point, Helen thinks that she's in her back pocket. Amanda, like, obviously like further connects her to Amanda, but yeah, it is obviously taking out a number for her. Where's Candace? I think Candace and Howard are like top of the rank because like they obviously like faced off against like a lot of prejudice. I do think with Candace, I think Candace doesn't do much actively wrong. But she also doesn't do much right though. But like I think like the fact that there was so much prejudice and like the tough the tough like climate of the house and everything is something that I'm willing to excuse a bit more for Candace. With Howard, I think he actively just plays poorly at points. Like I think him like flipping against the it's like when they flip against the moving company, he doesn't like own up to that. Or it's actually the opposite. He flips against. So what he does is he doesn't vote. So like him and Spencer flip against the moving company, but like they decide to like split their votes or whatever. So like Howard doesn't vote out Nick, but then proceeds to lie to like Helen and co that he did flip his vote when they like know he didn't, and like that was really fucking stupid. Like I don't know why he did that. And it's like, yeah, it's like I just think it's like he made some like pretty boneheaded decisions that I think I could call him out a bit more for. Jesse worse than Judd? Probably, yeah. Because like Judd was pretty well positioned early on. Like it really took like again, like everyone was like fucking destroyed taking him out when they did. It's like he comes back and like finds himself in the exterminators at least, and like he was always on the bottom of that group. But like, you know, if he somehow got to the end, I think he does probably win. Like unless it's against Andy. Do I want to do this? Wait, where is that? Yeah, this is the end of the chapter, right? Where is it? Here. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I believe this is the end of the chapter. Because like, I believe you go there and you get caught up in the storm, and that leads to the next chapter where you do the boss battle. So yeah, I guess it's probably where I should probably end then. Unless I want to do the boss battle. Now, should I? Entering Traitors draft. Actually, generally, I would not be opposed to just doing another Traitors draft. Like we just do that eventually. I found this Black and White 2 game on the Genius Reddit. It's kind of easy but fun. Black and White 2 is great. Like are you talking about like a like online version of it or whatever? I still can't believe Black and White 2 is only used like the 2 times in season 3. Like I don't get why they brought it, like, why they didn't bring it back again. Like I would have rather had Black and White 2 than like double-sided poker or stuff like that. Like I don't know. Like I don't. Yeah, I don't get why they didn't bring it back again. Best and worst game from UK. Best. What is the best? Actually, what is the best? Like, I think there's like a lot of like kind of good, like sorry, like I think like Hidden Knots and Crosses was pretty decent as a death match. Dice Deception was pretty cool. But again, I think they all like have like an aspect of it that's like kind of broken, which is also like the thing. And I like Golden Triangle. I thought that was actually, yeah, like I thought that was a pretty interesting game too. I think that might be my answer personally. I think it's the game that I think I have the least. Like I feel like it's one that I don't like have a like immediate issue with. Yeah, that's what that was Hidden Knots and Crosses, where like it was like they like had to get like 3 X's or 3 O's in a row, but then and of the right color, but like you had to do it upside down or like while they were upside down or whatever. Which yeah, I thought that was a good game. I forgot there's one of the rulings in it though like was dumb, and I forgot what it was now. that made the game like just kind of, I don't know, like kind of lessen my opinion of the game, but I don't remember what it was anymore. But yeah, what was the like? So I mean, like I know how like certain games played out. Like I think like the worst episode for me was Safari game or Safari Race. I think that was like the worst like main match to watch. But I don't know if it was like the worst on paper, especially because like it's essentially just them redoing Horror Race, but like worse because there's like less people and all that. I don't know why they did Safari. Like what a fucking weird thing. Like I don't know why they decided to do that Final Six. Like that was such a bizarre decision to me. Because like the entire point of like that game, like you're meant to be doing it with a lot of people, because that makes it like like there's more like possibilities that way because like there's more tokens in the thing. The fact that they did it with like so few people was like such a weird decision. So you remember season 4, episode 2 being good? Did Hope on the rewatch? I think it was decent. I think Horror Race 1 played out in an interesting way. Especially because like in that one there's like a lot of intrigue over like people trying to figure out like the gimmick of it, like the like how the game it. I think there's like some fun from that. And I think there's this like this like two-sided sort of thing too, and like the one side just like kind of fucking up by the end, and then you have the death match itself is actually pretty decent considering it's tactical Yunori. So yeah, I think it's a pretty decent episode. I think it's the worst of the first 3, but and actually first 4. It's the worst of the first 4, but like it's still a decent episode though. By the way, yeah, I think I've decided I'm probably just not gonna do the mission now. I might as well just hold off. But I'm still very conflicted on my overall opinions of Genius seasons at this point, just because like they're all good, but they all like have like an issue with them that make me like just unsure where I would rank them. Like I think my gut still says 2 is number 1, and I get why people don't like 2. I just personally really like 2. Again, it's probably the worst season from an actual like game perspective, but to me it's just the funniest season, and I think it's a season that again, like as a fan of Sangman, like I just think, yeah, he just makes the fucking season. And then like when you get to like the others, I think they're just all around the same ballpark, and they're all very good. I think I'm in the world now where like I think Grand Final might be my least favorite, but it's still very good though. I don't know, because I think my ranking right now might be like 2, 1, like 3, 4, 4, 3. I'm not really sure on that final one, but again, they're all very good though. Higher 1 after I watched it. I think my opinion on 1 should stay the same. I just think it's like what I want from the show is maybe different than what it used to be. Where I think now I probably I think I more so just want like fun like character moments and that sort of thing, more so than like actual like complex games. Because I think like seasons 3 and season 4, the benefit of those seasons is the fact that obviously the games get a lot more like complex, and I think the players themselves probably get better. Where it's like I feel like now it's like I don't think I care about that. Especially when like I think with season 4, it's like a lot of the games don't play out in the most interesting way. And I think also like I think with season 3 and 4, they rely a lot on like well, yeah, I guess it's actually different, but like there's a lot of these like team-based games that are like essentially social deduction games. I don't think any of them play out particularly well. And then you have like some games that are like fine in like in season 4. Like you have like Seed Poker. You have what was the other one? Cooperative Hold'em, which are like fine, but they're not like great TV. I don't know. It's like they're like fine games, but they're not good television products, in my opinion. It's like I think if I were playing these games, I think it'd be a lot more interesting than actually watching people play these games. And I feel like that's kind of my opinion on like seasons 3 and 4. Is that I think they make games that are better games, but not necessarily better for the show. In a lot of cases, and there obviously are exceptions, but still, 3's more forgettable. I think with 3, it's like the lasting opinion of season 3 for me is it's Dongmin and Hyunmin season, and like you have All Young there, who's great, but like really outside that, it's like, again, like a lot of these other people just don't fucking matter. Like who the fuck remembers Jung Hoon? And like who remembers like Sujin and like people like this? Like who fucking cares about them? Season 1 death matches. I will agree 100%. Like that is the main negative. Actually, it's funny because like I was looking at my old charts for the Genius I used to keep around. Like I used to like rank every death match and that sort of thing. Yeah, season 1 is worse than even Genius Netherlands. Like I literally like my average rating for all the death matches of Genius Netherlands is higher than my rating of Genius season 1. Which is funny. And yeah, UK, I think UK death matches were actually pretty decent too, right? Like, was there even a bad one? Well, actually, the Amalfi one was pretty bad. But, like, outside that, like, they're all pretty good, right? Like, I think it's, like, Yo-Hap was, like, funny. Like, it was bad, like, in terms of how they performed, but, like, funny, like, how bad it was. Again, Hidden Knots and Crosses was pretty good. Ken versus Pasha, like that was pretty good. Then again, you get the bad one. And then what was after that? Oh, India went home. Oh, that was Black and White. That was kind of whatever. It was fine. And then you get Same Picture Hunt was like also like not great, but like it was fine enough. And then Dice Deception though was really, really good. So BB Can 6 would have been a fun Genius cast, maybe. What if I did that video? What if like BB Can like making a BB Can All Stars like for the Genius? I don't know. What do you name that video? Like creating a Genius cast with only BB Can players. Who'd be the number one pick, actually? Like, who is the number one pick? I guess Kevin Jacobs, actually. I actually, that's probably an easy one. It probably just is Kevin Jacobs. Genuinely, I kind of forgot Kevin Jacobs existed. I have not seen Kevin Jacobs in forever. When was the last time Kevin Jacobs showed up anywhere? Like, it was probably during BB26. But like I feel like I haven't seen him on social media anywhere. I haven't seen him, like he hasn't been on RGP in forever. Like I generally just like haven't seen Kevin Jacobs in a while. And not Kevin Martin, Kevin Jacobs. Actually, by the way, Kevin Martin would be good too. Some tweet about how shit Beast Games is. Yeah, I can kind of see that then. Wait, what is this? Oh, I'm supposed to be listening to it. What? Why is that a thing? Oh, Traitors RGP. That was like, wasn't that last year? That was season 1, wasn't he? Not season 2? It's like, I'm pretty sure that was last year, right? Yeah, he was on the season of like with Kirsten and everything, and this newest one was just reality TV alumni. So I'm pretty sure that was last, like, yeah, 2024's, so like a year and a half ago. Yeah, I want to make that. I want to make a video of Genius cast using CBS alum, because I think that'd be fun. And like, it's probably like kind of a boring. Like, realistically, it's actually kind of boring because I think it'll just be a lot of the people that play Beyond the Clock Tower. I think it'll just be like Christian, Dwight, like Emily Flippin. Like people like that. But I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to still see what can be put together. By the way, also, this is something I realized too. So like last stream we were talking about how like reality fan said that like the Traitors cast will make will make Survivor 50 look like BB-17 or whatever, which like we're talking about like, oh, does it mean it's gonna be like a lot of white, or like is it mean that like it's gonna be very diverse or whatever? It's like it isn't. Like I don't get what that comment was meant to mean then, because like I literally counted up the POC, like there's less POC on Traitors by one. Like I believe the breakdown is what was it? Was it 14-9, I think? Like 14 white people, 9 POC. When Survivor 50 is 14 white people, 10 POC. So it's like I don't get what any of this was referring to. Like it doesn't even make sense. Especially when like I don't even think were the people that they didn't know majority white. I know Ron Funches was in their original group, but like I think maybe everyone else was white. Like I know Caroline wasn't on their list. Stephen Coletti. Actually, maybe now that I think about it, maybe from what they saw at the time, maybe it was leaning POC. These, yeah, like Caroline, Stephen Coletti, I know were not on their list, and then the people that they were not like 100% on were. Yeah, Ron Funches was one of them, but then it was like Rob from Love Island, but no, that Kristen from Top Chef was one of them, right? So that was actually like, yeah, that at worst that was 50-50 of the group he was unsure. Yeah, so actually, yeah, just generally it makes no sense. Either way, whatever, who cares? Yeah, Tara Lipinski was one. But yeah, so it was like 2 white people, 2 POC. So like, yeah, it doesn't really actually change the breakdown. But no, whatever. T-Fan did say there were some cuts that made diversity not as big. Who were cuts? Like I know Josh got cut. And then Kaser was rumored for a while and then didn't end up on the season. But to be fair, he's been lined up to be on the cruise for a bit, I believe. The Big Brother cruise. So it's like he probably was cut a while ago, if I were to guess. Oh, he did confirm it was about diversity? Okay. Interesting. Because didn't mean anything. Didn't realize how Kate's game before the swap is really bad. I'm trying to remember where she was before the swap. Like before, so we're talking about before the second swap, right? Like before the one that, like, yeah. I generally don't actually remember where she was in the game. Like I know she was at the top of the pecking order. Actually, yeah, she was with yeah, because she didn't vote out Nick, right? She voted with like Nick and Tegan at that first vote, I believe. Because yeah, it was Sue, Barry, Andrew, and then Jenna, Louise, and Craig, right? You're back. I mean, I'm probably gonna end relatively soon, but yeah. Was it hard to get Rob C though? Like Rob C's probably one of the easiest people to get. It's just a question of just do people want to get him is more so the question. Like I think Rob C says yes to almost any show he's offered at this point. It's just a question of like, do they offer him? And I guess Traitors was willing to offer him. I wonder how much Rob C's getting paid, by the way, to do Traitors. Because like, yeah, it's like, because we know that they pay a decent chunk supposedly for people going on Traitors, but I wonder how much they're paying Rob in particular. Yeah, Rob definitely wanted to do another show. I mean, like Rob, I mean, like ever since 50 got announced, he's been like super, like, yeah, I'll definitely do shows. And again, I think it's because like RHAP's in a spot where like it can run without him. Where like obviously at the time Blood versus Water, that was a spot where like, I mean, even if Nicole wasn't pregnant, like it's still a spot where like he's still trying to grow RHAP, and I think it would have been precarious for him. And like even with the Game Changers, we know he turned down because of that. He did accept by the time Winners of War, and I think like from that point on, it's like he's kind of in this spot where like RGB can run without me, and obviously there'll be like the weirdness of like how much am I going to be able to cover the upcoming Survivor seasons and that sort of thing. But like it seemed like he's willing to risk it anyway. So again, like him not being on other shows is not because like he like is turning them down seemingly. It's because they just don't want him, sadly. Yeah, he was off for a game. Like so he's been asked back for almost every returning season since Blood vs. Water. So he was not called for Heroes Villains at all. And then Blood vs. Water, he was called, but for almost everyone was, and again he shut them down right away because Nicole was pregnant. Even though he was rumored to be on the cast until like the last second. Where like literally the cast was out. Like the cast was out there just with Rob C and Nicole on instead of, was it RC and her dad? I think. Obviously at the time, obviously because that changed too, but like still, like even in the preseason, like it was known who the cast was. It's just that Rob C and Nicole were on and it was wrong. And I remember like the story about like Aris was trying to pregame with Rob C and like was like threatening him, thinking that like again, if I find out that you're lying to me or whatever, because like Rob C was just telling him, yeah, I'm not fucking on the season. But like Aris was like convinced he was on the season and was just lying to him. Again, threatening's probably like but it's like it's not like, yeah, he's like, again, like very adamant in the fact that he was like that he was thinking Rob was lying to him in that spot. He was in the minority and didn't have influence over. Well, I knew that part of it, but yeah. But yeah, then he again obviously was in the running for second chance, but yeah, was called for Game Changers, turned it down. Because again, he didn't want to leave the podcast and all that stuff. And then he was offered for Winners at War, well, 40 at the time, obviously. And then he said yes, but didn't move on beyond that because obviously it changed. And then 50, he said yes, and then like got cut the same time Carolyn and everyone else got cut. No, threatening him that like if you don't tell me that you're on the season and you are, then I'm voting you out right away. That is like not like obviously like what else is he gonna fucking do? Yeah, obviously it's like the threat is, hey, if you lie to me and say you're not on the season when you are, I'm voting you out right away. Yeah, Rob accepted 40, but they obviously just change directions. If RHP didn't happen, when do I think production would have called him? I don't think they would have at all. Like, generally, if RGB did not exist, Rob probably never gets a call ever again. Maybe Blood vs. Water, just because, like, everyone's in the running for Blood vs. Water, but he's definitely not called for Game Changers 40 or 50. Like, there's no way. Again, if he's not even, like, in the spot now, where, like, he's not making the cast for, again, like, never, didn't even seem to come particularly close. Mind you, I will say, it did seem like Rob C came closer than Jerry. Which I think is like an unreported thing people aren't talking about as much. But like Rob C at least did the psych test. From what we've heard about Jerry didn't do any medical at all. So yeah. I don't think Jerry was close at all to making the cast. Or like I find it funny because that's like the one that everyone's like so upset over, and it's like, yeah, she wasn't anywhere close. Stream buffering, that's great. Well, I assume you also mean Alicia Calloway, but yeah. To be fair, again, the argument against it would actually be more so that Heidi was called. Heidi and Christy Smith were called. But again, I just think they were just super low on Rob post All Stars. Where like again, he wasn't even called for Heroes of Villains. So it's like, I don't think they were clamoring to bring back Rob Cesternino until we had RHEP. Would Jerry do? I mean, like what I'm assuming. So all these people got availability calls. Then we know she at least got to the stage where she talked to Jeff. However, so I'm assuming the order of operations is that availability call, talk to Jeff, then if they are moving you a step forward, then they tell you to do medical, and like do like passports and all that sort of stuff. and then you just wait until eventually they say, hey, you're on, or like, hey, you're not on, or just don't fucking tell you anything until like very late into the process. But yeah, Jerry was somebody that we know got called by, like, had a conversation with Jeff and all that stuff. Oh yeah, but also talk with Jeff, then talk with producers, then talk with CBS if we're doing the actual full thing. I don't know where the medical stuff lies in all that, but it seems to be at least after the point where you talk to Jeff, considering we know that Jerry talked to Jeff, but she did not do medical. Where Rob, we know, talked to Jeff, talked to producers, and then also did the psych test. So it seems like he did more than Jerry did. Again, she was considered. She was called. And again, at least actually had a proper conversation with Jeff. Actually, to be fair, the availability call, like, for all I know, the availability call was a call from Jeff, though. Considering we know that was the case with Boston Rob. That Boston Rob's availability call was literally just him having a conversation with Jeff. So it's like, for all we know, that is the availability call, but I don't think so, right? I think it was, yeah, because I don't think Jeff is calling up all, like, 150 fucking people that were called, probably. So I think that's probably just more of a Boston Rob thing. Rob confirmed it, yes, that he was called, had a talk with Jeff, had a talk with CBS, or had a talk with the producers, that he did not think went well, and he also did the psych tests. No mention of the actual, like, physical and everything, but at least mentioned doing psych tests. Where also Redmond has confirmed that, yeah, Jerry did not do any, like, medical at all. Like, she just did, that, like, yeah, she, like, we know from her that she talked to Jeff. We know that. But, yeah, Redmond saying that she did not do any medical. So it seems like Rob did at least more than Jerry did. No, it was on the Patreon. It was on the 5 for 5. Was it 5 for 5? It's the one that he did, like, immediately after, like, the one where he announced that he, like, was cut, which was, like, the day before the cast got announced. Which also, he also did a podcast about the Traitors, by the way, that just came out after the Traitors cast came out, which is interesting. Particularly, so it turns out, like, so he found out he was on the Traitors, like, later in the week that he got cut from Survivor, which is interesting. So, like, and also, like, it seems like with Traitors, they just literally just, like, ask you, hey, do you want to do this? And then Rob said yes, and they're like, okay, we'll tell you our decision in a couple weeks. And then they just, like, said, hey, you're on the cast. Like, it's, like, so radically different than Survivor, or, like, Survivor, it's like you have to, like, do all these interviews, you have to, like, submit medical and, like, all this sort of stuff. With, like, fucking Traitors is literally, like, one email. It was literally a call, and then he got an email saying he's on. But yeah, like, so essentially, like, with Traitors, like, he supposedly got, like, a call, like, during early March, which, again, he got cut, he said on a Tuesday. So I assume that would be the Tuesday before when Carolyn announced she got cut, which was on the episode. So the 25th. So it seems like he got cut on the 25th, March 25th. And then he said during the weekend, he got the email saying he's on. So that would be the 29th or 30th. He got the email he was on the Traitors. No, there were no alternates. So, okay, this is what happened. So Redmond said that with 50, that they were told, the cast was told that they're alternates. Turns out there were actually no alternates, and they were just trying to scare them, seemingly, into, like, hey, if you fuck up, we can replace you. And it's like they actually didn't have anyone to replace them. But yeah, the people that were cut the last second were Marianne and Andy. So I assume they're likely the people that they would have tried to get if something went wrong. Like, if someone had to drop out before, which, again, confirmed that the 24 players that were announced are the 24 players playing. Like, no one dropped out, nothing happened. But if something did happen, I assume they would have just, like, they would have done what happened, like, with Blood vs. Water, and what happened with, like, Davey and Dave vs. Goliath, where they just, like, probably just frantically call people and say, hey, can you fly to Fiji in, like, a day? And they probably would have called Andy and Marianne first, I would assume. Um, I haven't seen any 50 spoilers at all, and again, it's unlikely you're going to get any until the season ends. House of Villains has an interviewing process. Yeah, because I know Corinne had interview. Yeah, I don't think there are any spoilers. Again, you're not going to get spoilers mid-filming. That just doesn't happen with Survivor. Like, it's not like The Challenge, where people get, like, updates on, oh, this person's out, this person's out. Like, with Survivor, it's, like, all self-contained. Like, with Survivor, it's, like, spoilers don't typically come from producers or, like, from, like, the actual filming. Like, it comes from alumni talking about it after the fact. So, like, again, when it gets leaked, which it definitely will, it's going to come from, like, a player telling, like, one of their friends, and their friend spreads it, and it just, like, continuously spreads after that. You do Traitors? We literally already did. Like, I'll do one again probably, I don't know, at some point. Considering it seemed like a lot of people missed it. But not doing one tonight. It's fucking 4:11 in the morning where I'm at. Oh, they're definitely troll. Like, it's definitely fake. But yeah, I saw that there's supposedly someone posting things on Twitter. It's like, yeah, that's definitely fake. It might have been confirmed. Yeah, it's fake. Is Tiffany the only CBS person that has a chance of being a traitor? I think Jam Jam has a chance. I don't think Ian's gonna be traitor. I don't think Rob's gonna be traitor. I don't think Natalie is likely to be a traitor. Yeah, I think Jam Jam and Tiffany can be. Are you talking about Rome? I don't know. I think at that point I already knew Rachel's winning though, but yeah. Is a faithful, he saw it early. Like, Rob is not even gonna, like, Rob's plan is to tell Alan to make him a faithful. So it's like, yeah, I think Rob's gonna be a faithful. Like, unless they're really that gung-ho about wanting, like, Rob to be a traitor, like, the producers, then yeah, it's like, Rob himself wants to be a faithful. So it's like, I assume he's just gonna be a faithful. Michael Rapper as a traitor is gonna be brutal. Like, I'd rather not. Do you find it interesting we don't know tribe divisions? We don't, typically. Again, like, typically, like, we don't know anything until after filming. Like, we shouldn't know tribe divisions yet. Like, with 40, we didn't know tribe divisions until, like, way after. Like, until, like, I don't know, a couple weeks after filming, I think. I think we typically don't know tribe divisions yet. Yeah, we typically don't know, like, we literally know nothing until filming ends, typically. Yeah, it's like, we're just like, I think we're in a spot now where we're just like, so, like, I think the social media community over, like, and especially considering it's like so officially announced too. Like, we knew exactly the date they flew out and everything. So, like, I think it's just so out there when 50 is filming, to where, like, I think people are just assuming that, like, the information just gets out there right away, like it does with, like, challenge and stuff, when it just simply doesn't. That's just not the way it works with Survivor spoilers. When we know the fan results, I think we'll know some. Like, I think, like, and, like, Redmond said he will release them when, like, he hears about them. But, like, I think once, like, the season ends, like, we'll know if Forced Fire Making made it or not. And, like, stuff like that. I think there's certain ones that, like, we're probably just not going to find out until the season itself. Like, things like, and, like, are we really going to, like, how are we going to really know if, like, oh, minimal advantage is one, or, like, like, I don't even remember the options. There were 3 options, right? But yeah, like, how are you going to really be able to tell that? Like, unless, like, Redmond specifically has, like, a CBS source that tells them the results of the votes, I don't think we're going to know those things for a while. Dorinda is a traitor. Would it be bad? I don't know if it would be, like, too obvious, but I kind of expect them to do it, but I don't know if Dorinda herself would want to be a traitor. I think is, like, really the big question mark. Oh yeah, Tom's hated because, like, he's like, he cheated on his girlfriend. Also, just, like, kind of a weirdo. Also, Dorinda would do it for TV time. Yeah, probably. Enhance the fans 2 will go hard, aka like even worse. I in retrospect, it is kind of insane they allowed us to vote for forced fire making, considering how shit everything else was. I wonder if forced fire making did lose, and that's what made them like panic and say, "Oh no, we can't actually put actual important things here. Like, what if they actually take away the things we do like?" They're like, "Oh, forced fire making's too much," and that's the most we're willing to give away. But again, I think they know that Idols is gonna win, though. Like, there's no way they thought that no Idols would win. Where, like, I think with Force Fire, they at least had like an idea that okay, Force Fire could lose. Where I think with like Idols or no Idols, there's no conceivable world where they think that no Idols will win. Same thing with like the swaps, no swaps. I think they knew where that was going. I think most of these they know where they're going. But I think the Forced Fire, I think, is probably one that they were a little bit more up in the air on. I hope there's no Forced Fire. I'm still like a bit apprehensive personally. I would lean towards there being Forced Fire, but again, it could be gone. Like I'm not like, yeah, I don't really know for sure either way. I do think, considering, like, I think the thing that worries me is that I do think the superfan community was not as all in as I would have expected. Where I would have assumed that the superfan community would have been like 90% force fire, like get rid of force fire. But it turned out like the actual polling was only like 66% or something like that. Like it was not as big of a margin as I was expecting it to be, to where I'm worried that the casual perspective is very pro force fire, and that might lead to force fire winning. But oh, we'll find out in like 2 months probably. Imagine, dude, dude, it would be so fucking funny if Chrissy gets voted out of 4. Like I again, that is my like no offense to Chrissy or anything, but still, I'm praying Chrissy to be 4th place, getting voted out because of no force fire. Like that'd be the funniest fucking storyline. Yeah, I think like for me it's like I think the uncertainty of whether or not it's there is cool. I don't think it's still as, because I still think no matter what they're still going to be playing as if it is there, because the chance that it is there, and I still think that is the issue. Where like it's different than Final 2 or Final 3, because I think the threat of a Final 2 is what makes that good. Because like I think the threat of the Final 2 is something that makes you have to play more aggressively. Where like the threat of there being forced fire or not, it just like, okay, it just forces you to like take out specific people more so than like actually positioning yourself better. Where I don't know, it's like a minor change that is like slightly better, but not to the point where like I actually think it will have that much of an impact. It might actually, too far, it does make rocks a bit more likely, because I do think it makes it, because it specifically means that you have to secure your 3. Yeah, because in this world, again, there is at least like a world where if you get the 4 as the 4th, then you would be screwed if there's no fire making. So, or you don't win immunity. So it's like, yes, this does incentivize 3-person groups over 4-person groups. But again, I still think it's not like the most impactful thing in the world. But it is like slightly better. Chris would be robbed of her 2nd win. And she's going to be robbed because people didn't vote for fire making. Previous vote tiebreaker. I think it would have been funny, but like I think it's just too broken. Like I actually think it would have been like, so like the only time we actually saw it live out to its true potential was in Survivor South Africa, Santa Carolina. But like, yeah, it's just a spot where like I just don't think it's an actual good mechanic. But it is like, it would be interesting to see it like play out in the way it was meant to, or like play out in a way that actually matters, I guess. But I think more times than not, though, it just leads to it just being, because like I think the issue with it is that it's known most of the time what the result is. So like, yeah, because like once you know who has votes on them, it essentially doesn't make it a risk to tie the vote. And I think the what makes rocks so good is the fact that like if you do go to rocks, like it essentially adds this like level of danger for every person involved, where instead in this situation where like let's say in like Survivor Africa or whatever, where like they vote for Lindsay, like there's no risk for like Kelly Goldsmith or Lex or Tom, because they know Lindsay has votes on her and they know she has the most votes, so it's just like an easy vote there. Like there's no risk of causing a tie in that spot. Kind of flops in US, even UK had strategy. Yeah, I mean that is also it's like I do feel like US is probably the one that utilized the previous votes the least. Like there was some with like and even that wasn't even on screen, but like Tina trying to figure out like who got votes from Kucha. You had again like Kim Johnson leaking to Kelly Goldsmith, I believe is the one specifically she told. But anyway, like leaking to the other tribe, like who got votes from Samburu. So it's like there was some stuff there, but yeah, I do feel like Santa Carolina obviously again used it in a really interesting way, and then Survivor UK, like even season 1 of Survivor UK is like the one that really utilized it too. And it's like you just never really see it. And like too fair, it wasn't really a thing in season. It genuinely wasn't a thing in season 1 of US, so it really could only be a thing for seasons 2 and 3. But yeah, I do think the other versions of the show like utilize the format a bit better, but whatever. But yeah, all right. I think one here is fucking 4:22 in the morning. And I also have to be up relatively early tomorrow, so that's fantastic. I will be back on Wednesday. There'll be nothing happening. Like, generally there's nothing anymore, right? Well, I guess Destination X, right? And The Snake. And the greatest shows ever. And then maybe Survivor Quebec will actually be posted, and I can actually watch that. We'll see. So I'll just be working on the BB6 retrospective. We'll see how much I can get done. I am going to be relatively busy. Well, like I'm going to be busy tomorrow, and then like Tuesday at work, and then I'll have a free Wednesday. But it's like, again, we'll see how much I'm able to get done. Ideally, I would like to be caught up. Like I would like to have the video done, like fully done. What is that? Like a week from tomorrow, probably. Like like the following Monday. I'd like to have the video fully done, but again, we'll see how that turns out, because likely it won't turn out, but I would like to try. Tyler might also watch 28 Days Later. Well, good luck. I was actually going to watch something. What was I going to watch? I already forgot. There was a movie I was thinking about watching recently. Like an older movie that I was going to watch for something. I already forgot what it is now, but it is what it is. Well, I'll figure it out eventually. Anyway, that's it. So yeah, see you guys next time.